Hello and welcome to Quiz Time. I'm Jess. Today our quiz is about things of English-speaking countries. So, are you ready? Let's go. What are the two home nations of the UK? England and Wales, England and Scotland, or England and Ireland? England and Scotland. How many time zones does Canada have? 6, 2, or 1? Six. Canada has the largest in the world. What is it? Largest city, mountain range, or coastline? Coastline. New Zealand has the largest human ratio to what animal? Cows, koalas, or sheep? It's sheep. What bay separated New Brunswick from Nova Scotia? Thunder Bay, Bay of Fundy, or Shirley's Bay? Bay of Fundy. What is Canada's second largest island? Prince of Wales Island, Baffin Island, or Victoria Island? It's Victoria Island. How many First Nation communities are in Canada? 630, 100, or 20? It's 630. Who are the Métis people? People who are mixed European and Indigenous, people who are mixed Asian and Indigenous, or people who are mixed African and Indigenous? People who are mixed European and Indigenous. Where does more than half the population of British Columbia live? Surrey, Victoria, or Vancouver? Vancouver. What is the most populated city in Canada? Montreal, Toronto, or Ottawa? It's Toronto. Fill in the blank. The name of the bridge connecting Canada to the United States by Niagara Falls is called the something bridge. The Rainbow Bridge. What is the national animal of Canada? Beaver, Canadian goose, or seal? It's beaver. How many capital cities does South Africa have? 3, 10, or 5? Three. Who was the first European to reach Canada? John Cabot, Vasco da Gama, Christopher Columbus? John Cabot. What is the national sport of Canada? Hockey, lacrosse, or skiing? It's lacrosse. What winter sport has Canada won the most championships in? Snowboarding, skiing or curling? Curling. What group brought Islam to South Africa in the 1700s? Indian explorers, Asian slaves or migrants? Asian slaves. In what month do Canadians celebrate Thanksgiving? April, June or October? October. Fill in the blank. The capital of is Regina. Saskatchewan. Easy for you to say. What was the name of the first permanent English-American colony? Williamsburg, Jamestown or Johnstown? Jamestown. In what state would you find the Motown Museum? California, Michigan or Louisiana? Michigan. New Zealand was the first country to give women the right to do what? Vote, open a business or buy a car? Vote. What is the only native land mammal to New Zealand? Bear, bat or deer? The only native land mammal in New Zealand. It's a bat. Why did the Pilgrims come to America? Because of famine, because of religious persecution, or because of disease? Because of religious persecution. There are more piping bands in New Zealand: Irish, Scottish or English? There are more Scottish piping bands in New Zealand. What is the tallest freestanding structure in the Southern Hemisphere that is located in Auckland? The Sky Tower. What can the kiwi bird not do? Fly, sing or lay eggs? It can't fly. How much of New Zealand is protected by national parks? 1/2, 1/3 or 3/4? One-third. True or false? Bungee jumping began in New Zealand. Have you done a bungee jump? I'd be too scared. But it did begin in New Zealand in the 1980s. What type of animal is a pauapilanta? A wild dog, a bird or a snail? Pauapilanta. It's a snail. What movie shot many scenes in New Zealand? $1 Million Baby, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Lord of the Rings, and I think they've even made it into a tourist attraction. You can go there now. The Maui is the world's smallest species of what? Whale, dolphins or sharks? Dolphin. What percentage of New Zealand's population is human? 60%, 95% or 5%? It's 5%. How many official languages does New Zealand have? 3, 4 or 1? Three. Crate Day is a drinking holiday in New Zealand, but what do they drink? Beer, wine or coffee? It's beer. Sounds like a great day, not a crate day. What is the capital of New Zealand? Auckland, Wellington or Queenstown? It's Wellington. How many islands does New Zealand have? 25, 600 or 2? It has 600. What is the haka? A bird, a type of dish or a war dance? A war dance. How many snakes are in New Zealand? None, over 100 or over 1,000? None. At what age can a person in New Zealand get a full licence? 18, 16 or 21? What is the name of Nelson Mandela's autobiography? My Time in Prison, Long Walk to Freedom or Leader of South Africa? Long Walk to Freedom. What was the final war fought in Canada? Siege of Baleine, French and Indian War or Battle of Port Royal? French and Indian War. What religion makes up most of the population of South Africa? Christianity, Muslim or Judaism? Christianity. San and Co are refer to what? Food, Aboriginals or dances? Aboriginals. Which explorer arrived in Cape Town in 1488? Sir Francis Drake, Hernando Cortes or Bartolomeu Dias? Bartolomeu Dias. The Rivonia trial tried Nelson Mandela for what crime? Treason, bribery or murder. Treason. In what year was Nelson Mandela released from prison? 1985, 1990 or 2000? (1990). What is a Canadian $2 coin called? Goonie, loonie or toonie? It's toonie. Apartheid in South Africa ended in what year? 1995, 2001 or 1994? (1994). What type of animal is an eland? Elephant, antelope or lion? It's an antelope. We're at question 50, halfway. How are you doing? In South Africa, what day is celebrated on April the 27th? Thanksgiving Day, Independence Day or Freedom Day? Freedom Day. These two countries are located north of South Africa: Sudan and Kenya, Niger and Mali, or Namibia and Botswana? Namibia and Botswana. To describe its multicultural diversity, what type of nation is South Africa often called? Rainbow, colourful, or ethnic? It's rainbow. Table Mountain overlooks what South African city? Johannesburg, Cape Town or Pretoria? Cape Town. How many years was Nelson Mandela imprisoned for? 5, 30 or 18? What ocean is Durban located on? Atlantic, African or Indian? Indian. 80% of which precious metal comes from South Africa? Platinum, gold or silver? It's platinum. A jacaranda is a type of what? Flower, animal or tree? Tree. Fill in the blank. The longest river in South Africa, the something river. The Orange River. What is the internet domain code for South Africa? .sa, .za or .ct? .za. What dish consists of French fries, cheese curds and melted gravy? Poutine, butter tarts or nano emo bars? 1918. What was the first US state? Delaware, Pennsylvania, or Virginia? It's Delaware. Which military branch did John F. Kennedy serve in? The Air Force, Army, or Navy? Navy. What was the last US state? Alaska, Hawaii, or New Mexico? Hawaii. When was Pearl Harbor attacked? December 27th, 1941, December 17th, 1941, or December 7th, 1941? December 7th, 1941. What amendment gave women the right to vote? The 16th, the 19th, or the 3rd? The 19th. What was the first capital of the United States? New York City, Harrisburg, or Dover? New York City. In what state would you find a Mount Rushmore? North Dakota, South Dakota, or Montana? South Dakota. True or false? The stripes on the US flag represent the original 13 colonies. True. True or false? Martha Washington sewed the American flag. It's false. It was Betsy Ross. What animal supposedly started the Great Chicago Fire? A pig, a horse, or a cow? A cow. What tribe was Pocahontas from? Powhatan, Sioux, or Lenape? Powhatan. What treaty ended the Revolutionary War? Treaty of Versailles, Treaty of London, or Treaty of Paris? Treaty of Paris. Baldwin Street is the steepest residential street in the world and is located where? Dunedin, Berwick, or Hindon? Dunedin. If you were in the city of Toledo, what state are you in? Missouri, Ohio, or Iowa? Ohio. I can't read. This man is responsible for inventing bifocals, swim fins, lightning rod. Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Graham Bell, or Henry Ford? It's Benjamin Franklin. What was the name of the hurricane that ravaged Louisiana in 2005? Katrina, Caitlin or Karen? It was Katrina. In what year did the worst economic recession since the Great Depression occur? 2020, 2008 or 2000? 2008. What percentage of the world's fresh water is found in Canada? 10%, 20% or 5%? It's 20%. Who was the President of the United States during the 1980s? Certainly popular in the UK, he was Ronald Reagan. True or false, kangaroo route is the flight between the UK and Australia? It's true, the flight is a straight flight between UK and Australia. Who was the first Queen of England? Catherine I, Elizabeth I or Mary I? Mary I. What hills border England and Scotland? Lower Rig Fell, Cheviot Hills or Scafell Pike? Cheviot Hills. Who was the Prime Minister of England during World War II? Tony Blair, Winston Churchill or Margaret Thatcher? It was Winston Churchill. What was Edward Teacher's nickname? Blackbeard. What is the most popular drink in England? Tea, coffee or wine? It's tea, apparently, although I think it's wine. What is the largest country in England? Rutland, North Yorkshire or North London? North Yorkshire. How many islands does Scotland have? 3, 89 or 790? $790. St Andrews Links is known as the home of golf, cricket or caber? It's golf. Edinburgh, Scotland is located on the southern shore of which body of water? North Sea, Firth of Forth or Loch Ness? It's the Firth of Forth. It's a bit of a mouth twister. Which Wild West hero has a statue in Glasgow? Buffalo Bill, Annie Oakley or Billy the Kid? Buffalo Bill. To be classified as a Munro, how high does a mountain need to be? 150, 3,000 or 20,000? It's 3,000. What emblem is on the Welsh flag? Shamrock, dragon or crown? It's a dragon. Who is the patron saint of Wales? St Christopher, St Andrew or St David? St David. Fill in the blank. Hit song and also a place in England. White Cliffs of... Dover. What is the largest castle in Wales? Chepstow, Conwy or Caernarfon? I apologise to any of our Welsh viewers today. Oh, please don't make me say it again. It's the third one. What direction is Wales to Great Britain? East, west or north? It's west. How many local governments is Wales divided into? 22, 57 or 2? What is the capital of Wales? Cardiff. And your last one, what is the national religion of Wales? It doesn't have one. Christianity or Judaism? It doesn't really have one. So, how did you do on English-speaking countries? Drop your score in the comments below and of course like and subscribe so you get notified every time we post a new quiz. And please join us next time on Quiz Time.